Hey, Baruch Levi B from Soul Centered. I am coming to you live from a mountaintop in Colorado, right outside of Basalt. If you've ever been up to Basalt, Aspen area, it's unbelievable. Ariel and I would love to live here someday. Until then, we're just going to come up here together and with our kids. We get up here probably not to Basalt, but up to the mountains probably weekly, if not every other week for sure, because it's so important for us to reconnect to our self center, the center of ourself, our soul. That's why we call this our organization Soul Centered. We help people reconnect to their soul, not to become mystics on a mountaintop, but to come up to the mountaintop to recharge our batteries so that we can be in service of other. And that's what I want to talk to you about. I've been reading a lot of Theresa of Avilla. She's a Catholic mystic from 500 years ago or so, and I've gotten to know her through Richard Rohr, Father Richard Rohr, as well as Carolyn Miss. And they all talk about Theresa and others, a handful of others, Thomas Merton and others, these great mystics. But I think it was Carolyn Miss who talks about Theresa and other mystics like her as mystical activists, because they were mystics. They would go to a mountaintop, they would retreat to energize and fill themselves up, but to effectuate change in the world. It isn't just about going to a mountaintop to disappear. It's about coming to a mountaintop to connect with the divine, to connect with the universe, to connect with our soul so that we can be in service of others. And that's, really what I want to talk about. The last couple of videos, I've come up to the mountaintop to share with you about how important it is to recharge our batteries, to connect with our soul center, but as a pathway to divine service. And that means service of others. My teacher, Dr. Viktor Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning and 32 other books, as well as father of logotherapy, I'm a logotherapist, meaning-centered therapy and guidance, says that really the only way to get to soul is through getting past ourself. Self-transcendence is what he calls it. And so, you come to a mountaintop or you make time, sorry, I got bugs all over here. You make time to meditate or a yoga practice or journaling or time for yourself to transcend yourself so that you can be in service of others, because that's why we're here ultimately. We are here, I think it was Einstein who said, for the sake of other people upon whose happiness our lives depend, and vice versa. And so we need to be in service of others, and a pathway to do that is through taking care of ourselves, to put ourselves at the center so that we can be in true service, to sustain our service over a long period of time. Otherwise, we can run around and fix others and fix the world around us and burn out. And in the end, we're not doing true service. If we are going to truly serve in this lifetime, we are going to have to take care of ourselves, to tend to ourselves, and that means making time and place for ourselves. And so it's deeply, deeply important that you find a way to tend to yourself, but again, not as a permanent pathway. It's a way, as a means to an end. We take care of ourselves so that we can come to this world and tend to those in need, causes and people around us, and our families, our work. It's deeply, deeply important, but we must first make sure we are tending to ourselves, putting ourselves at the center so that we can be in this for the long haul and tending to others. So with that, I hope you find a balance during this summer of tending to others, but tending to yourself, filling yourself up so that it can spill out and over to others, and you can be here for the long haul, doing your service, the universe, the divine service that you were and you alone were put here to do. Until then, I am Baruch Levi B, and I would love to hear from you. mysoulcentered.org. Take care. Shalom. Salam. Namaste. Peace.